And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for the red corner, representing Uzbekistan, Kholdarov.
Here's a confident young man skipping his way towards the boxing ring, and that is Kholdarov, just 20 years of age, competing in his first senior AIBA World Championship final, and a man who took continental gold earlier this summer on home soil in Tashkent, Uzbekistan, preparing to contest global gold here in Hamburg.
Representing Cuba, Cruz.
Andy Cruz Gomez is just 21 years of age. He too comes to the ring as a reigning continental gold medalist. Retained the title that he won in 2015 as well. And here he is at his second AIBA World Boxing Championships. And he is one win away from taking his first world title, but of course that applies to this man. And they've met once before. That was over the 5-round format of World Series boxing. And on that occasion, it was this man who was vanquished. Andy Cruz victorious at the quarter-final stage of WSB Season 7 when the Cuba Domadores took on the Uzbek Tigers. Andy Cruz, so much poise. And that victory over Havanis Bachkov was an absolutely sensational performance, where he completely diffused the front foot aggression of the pressure fighter who likes to operate at mid and short range, with some wonderful hitting and moving to the side before landing once again.
One of the performances of the tournament for me, that was by Cruz. Lovely boxing skills against a very hard hitting Bachkov from Armenia.
So we're underway then, the gold medal bout in the 64-kilogram light welterweight division between boxers from Uzbekistan and Cuba. The boxer wearing red, operating out of the southpaw stance, is ranked number 11 in the world. That is 20-year-old Kholdarov. And the man wearing blue is the Cuban representative, Andy Cruz, 21 years of age, ranked number 6 in the world. He's the tournament number 2 seed. Kholdarov is seeded number 5.
I think Kholdarov, Ronald, has got to use his height and reach here. He's got those advantages, but you've got to make them pay occasionally. He comes over his front foot a little bit too much. He likes to trade, doesn't he, at mid and short range. He is strong, this Uzbekistan boxer, but he doesn't use those physical advantages he's got. He prefers to box on the inside and really slug it out. But against such a skilled operator like Cruz, I mean, that's lovely boxing by Cruz, hitting and moving. Kholdarov will have his work cut out here. He'll try and drag Cruz into a toe-to-toe battle, but this Cuban, he's very talented in and out with his work.
Kholdarov really does pack quite a punch in his quarter-final win over the tournament number 4 seed Artem Harutyunyan, the German Olympic bronze medalist from Rio last summer. Well, the concentration that he displayed, first of all, was absolutely admirable and impressive, because he was doctor point in the first round for careless use of the head. Then he was doctor point in the second round for illegal use of the shoulder after repeated admonishments in that regard. But then he still kept his head in the game, put his man on the floor in the second round, and prevailed with a hard-fought 3-2 split decision victory to make it through to the final 4. So his competitive spirit is unquestionable. Takes a swift left jab there from Cruz, but look at that. He absolutely loves it, does Kholdarov. He wants to tear up, targeting the long southpaw left to the body. But Cruz, so poised and such a terrific mover in every direction, forward, backwards and laterally.
He's strong, Kholdarov, but his main problem is when he's going forward, look how low his lead hand is. So he launches this 1-2 combination. Look, Lee got caught there again with another jab. I was just going to say he's either open to a jab coming forward or a left hook. He's got to get that right hand a little bit higher, his lead hand, because against this Cuban, you're going to get hit as you're coming forward like that. You're not going to get away with that.
And he's being hit repeatedly from both flanks, flicking left jabs, poking out right crosses as well. There's another left jab and a terrific right hand from down by his belt line. And Cruz just embellishing that, getting up on his toes and skipping around his opponent. Kholdarov back into the pocket, bobbing and weaving, scores with a long southpaw left, but he's continuing to be touched up from all sides. At times he must feel as though he's surrounded. Terrific display by Andy Cruz during the course of that opening round.
Yeah, fantastic to watch there from Cruz. Real skills, in and out work, the use of the layback. His left hook was excellent there also. Kholdarov is strong, he keeps coming forward, but he was making mistakes there, and I thought that was a good round for Cruz. Kholdarov has got to keep his hands higher, especially when he's in punching range. Look at Cruz there, lovely jab, and look at that, in and out, hitting your opponent and then making him miss. It doesn't get much better. That's lovely stuff from the Cuban, excellent. Simple jab, and he's away again at distance from Cruz. Yeah, they'll be pretty pleased.
Round two of the 64-kilogram light welterweight gold medal bout here at Hamburg 2017. The boxer wearing blue is the reigning America's continental champion, and he had an absolutely sensational first round, picking his punches with wonderful precision. Iqbal John Kholdarov, who just takes another swift left jab before countering with the right jab of his own. Well, his hands are low. He was looking for his own offense, but in doing so, he was run repeatedly onto punches by Andy Cruz.
Well, a slight change in tactic right at the very start of this round. Kholdarov on the outside trying to work that jab and keep a big gap between himself and Cruz. But Cruz is the type of boxer, he will make you make mistakes, and when you do, he will punish you. Bit of a head clash there. He's just signalling to the referee, is Cruz.
Cruz's composure is one of the hallmarks of his boxing. Despite the fire coming in his direction, always gives the impression of a boxer who is in control, adept at boxing in every direction, switch hitter as well, although we haven't seen him adopt the port-sided stance. Came square on the ropes, took a left hand to the body, but countered immediately with a right hand over the top.
He's got away with it a few times during this tournament of overreaching with his left hand as this Uzbekistan boxer, but because he drags all of his opponents into that toe-to-toe battle, he's a strong kid. But here you're in against a very skillful man indeed, who's in and out, side to side. He's a clever punch picker, and he's accurate with his work also, so it's a different type of opponent. You can't afford to make that mistake of missing with that left hand.
Wide-legged stance from Kholdarov as he goes looking for that southpaw left. But again, Cruz just swaying back, bending his at the waist and making the man fall short. Kholdarov up on his toes, bobbing and weaving, getting onto that front foot again. Now he's employing some nice evasive maneuvers to make Cruz fall short, but he's not countering after making the man miss.
You said it, Ron. When you make your opponent miss, oh, lovely shot. That was excellent again. Accuracy and timing by Cruz, exceptional.
Closing seconds of this second round, and there's a cuffing right hook once again from Cruz. Kholdarov remaining concentrated, getting to work with his own right jab, but the punches are more accurate that are coming from the blue-fisted fighter. Again, Kholdarov threatening, but not finding the range because he's launching that left hand from too far away. Another very good round of boxing from Andy Cruz, and that is why he walked back to his blue corner with his arms outstretched, confident that he did enough to take that second round. But they're encouraging the man in red with all the energy that they have, the Uzbekistan supporters here at the Hamburg Sports Halle.
Well, they might be encouraging their man to come forward and try and drag Cruz into that toe-to-toe battle, but his opponent, Andy Cruz, he's boxing very well indeed. The quality of his work, the timing, the accuracy, he's just plain to see from Cruz. Excellent work with his right hand, his left hooks, his jabs, and that in and out movement with the layback as well. Yeah, he's a typical Cuban boxer. Very good indeed.
So into the third and final round we go then. This battle between reigning Continental Championship gold medalists and Andy Cruz again, walking his man onto punches. Mention the fact that these two men met earlier in World Series Boxing Season 7. Andy Cruz almost got tagged by a left hand there. He's boxed in WSB Season 7 and 5, and he's amassed an incredible record of 11 wins without defeat. One of the men he conquered was indeed Kholdarov. When they met at the quarterfinals earlier this season, Kholdarov coming forward with aggressive intent, and he's extending his arms, perhaps just giving away a sign of body language here, because he's saying, come on, meet me head on. But Cruz wants none of it. He's boxing on his own terms.
Yeah, he's having a little bit more success now, is Kholdarov. But again, the movement from Cruz. What I like about Cruz also, Ronald, he'll push Kholdarov back occasionally, and that's what you've got to do and keep those judges happy. He's not a complete runner all the time. He's just a very good punch picker, and his timing and accuracy are first class.
Well, this is the second appearance of Andy Cruz as he gets through with a long right hand. Or it's an untidy tangle at close range, working away on the inside, trying to rip an uppercut through the middle. But in his first appearance 2 years ago, I thought he was incredibly unlucky to be declared a loser at the quarterfinal stage against a man from Belarus, Dmitry Asanov. He was absolutely stunned at the conclusion of the verdict, and again, body language of boxers often so telling. He didn't go his way on that occasion. He has been concentrated throughout this tournament, focused on nothing less than championship gold.
Well, there was just a move there where he's probably got away with it so many times in this tournament, where he's thrown a 1-2 and he's missed the target, but he's leant in, and there Cruz come back with a right hand. And like I say, you can't make those type of mistakes against this caliber of opponent. He's done it before in this tournament and got away with it, but here he's in against the very best.
Well, you just saw, and you saw again there, Kholdarov looking up to the big screens that are dotted around the Hamburg Sporthalle, trying to get a sense as to how long is left in this round, because he probably has a sense more than anybody that this contest is slipping away from him as he's run onto the end of a reverse 1-2. Beautiful boxing on the back foot from Andy Cruz, staying in the pocket, swaying out of the way of punches, then using his footwork to reverse out of harm's way. And there's another right hand again. Wonderful, almost exhibition stuff from Andy Cruz in a championship final on the global stage. Well, the bell ends and Andy Cruz immediately looks upwards towards the ring lights as the bell tolled to end the third and final round. Kholdarov, his body language perhaps suggesting that he knows Kholdarov well. He competed with everything he had, but he's been beaten by a better man today, in my opinion. Of course, we have to get official confirmation from the 5-seater judges ringside, but that was some wonderful boxing demonstrated by Andy Cruz.
Yeah, I don't think it gets better than that, to be quite honest. Cruz there, he really did have everything. Brilliant performance.
In the blue corner,
Andy Cruz of Cuba is a world champion, a unanimous points decision victor over Kholdarov of Uzbekistan, and he is dancing with delight here at the Hamburg Sporthalle, because many felt he was hard done by at the quarter-final stage of the World Championships in Doha 2 years ago. And the manner with which he boxed throughout the tournament here suggested that he was a man on a mission, and the mission has been accomplished because he has come away with World Championship gold, underlining his status as the best boxer in the world.